Daniel Johnston, the eccentric singer-songwriter who was beloved by many fans in spite of or even because of his battles with mental health issues, has died at 58. The Austin Chronicle confirmed with Johnston's former manager, Jeff Tartakov, that the artist died of a heart attack Tuesday night. Johnston released 17 albums and was revered by artists like Kurt Cobain, Tom Waits, The Flaming Lips, Sonic Youth and Tengo, many of whom covered lo-fi songs that encompassed significant whimsy and great angst. He was the subject of a 2005 documentary, The Devil and Daniel Johnston. Called everything from an eccentric genius to a childlike loner, Johnston made his bones and his reputation for oblique, yet touching lyrics, yelping vocals and oddly contagious melodies. For instance, Speeding Motorcycle, with a handful of homemade cassettes, such as More Songs of Pain, Yup Jump Music and Hi, How Are You, and nearly 20 albums. Tom Waits, Jad Fair and Tengo recorded his tunes and made him famous. Nirvana's Kurt Cobain wore Johnston's artwork on a t-shirt and made him infamous. His own struggles with mental illness, however, made him vulnerable and gave Johnston some of his earliest press. Johnston moved to Austin in the 80s and made that city his artistic center, setting up his own label there, Eternal Yubai Music, and even creating a Hi, How Are You frog mural at Guadalupe and 21st Street, along Austin's famed Drag. Starting in 1988 and into the early 90s during the recording of his first studio-produced albums, Johnston's mental health suffered, and he was diagnosed with schizophrenia. While heading to his small music festival in Austin in 1990, he suffered a psychotic episode while his plane was in mid-flight. He actually removed the key from the ignition, leaving the plane's pilot, his dad, to crash-land the plane. After this episode, Johnston was involuntarily committed to a mental hospital. For all his troubles, however, Johnston maintained a level of artistic excellence and a signature fuzzy sound, one that by 1994 found him releasing albums, e.g. Fun, on a major label, Atlantic Records, beating out Elektra, only because potential label mates Metallica were devil worshippers in his eyes. Johnston eventually headed back to smaller independent labels like Tim Kerr and Jaguar, better suited to release his intimate, non-commercial sounds. Yet, Johnston still maintained a rep as a lo-fi overlord, even releasing a duets album of sorts in 2004, the double disc The Late Great Daniel Johnston. Discovered covered Where Beck, TV on the Radio, and Death Cab for Cutie, made the most of his scattered songwriting. In 2005, director Jeff Duerziak captured the musician's life and times for the documentary, The Devil and Daniel Johnston, while Johnston released albums such as The Electric Ghosts Is and Always Was in Space Ducks.